Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to VALORANT rostermania and another day of chaotic announcements all across the park. Europe, North America, Asia Pacific, everything is going on right now. But also in the tier 2 side, iiTzTimmy and Shroud partnering up for a tier 2 roster, which is definitely a very exciting prospect. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that one. Let's dive in without any further ado. Team Liquid confirming last night their roster. Honestly, really cool announcement videos. You've got to say, these teams, man, have been delivering the goods lately on these announcement videos. Some crazy stuff. And, I mean, yeah, this is the official announcement here for Team Liquid. Keeping a large part of their roster last season, but bringing through some big names, of course, from the M3C former Gambit team. Redgar, Nats officially joining this team. Here's Nats. Like, really exciting stuff, honestly, this Liquid team. Man, these European organizations have seriously stacked some of these rosters. Like, yeah, this organization here that Liquid have built, this team that Liquid have built, the team that Fnatic have built, there's some other ones as well, right, where Scream and Navera ended up after getting released from Liquids. But yeah, what a team this is going to be. Hopefully, Yampy, Soulcast, Nats, Safe, of course, and Redgar rounding out the team. So that's quite the squad that Liquid are building over there. Exciting prospect for sure. And as Nats says, great to see. There were some questions for Nats. Would he go to North America? Would he go to Asia Pacific? I think Liquid makes sense for him, especially because he can stay in the same region and everything within just EMEA in general. And it's kind of difficult to do imports. You can make imports happen, but you're only allowed like one import on your team, basically. So it creates complications to North American teams trying to bring a guy like Nats in. They wouldn't necessarily have turned him down, but the Liquid move and the Liquid team was probably just too good to resist right now, and understandably so. Let's talk T1, rounding out their team with Carpe as expected. We saw a while ago now this former Overwatch player was going to come through. We've seen a little bit of this going on lately, and also we'll see in a second here some Apex Legends guys coming to Valorant as well and delivering the goods. We've seen BenJ Fishy recently as well on the NRG side come from Fortnite to try and make it happen in Valorant as well. So tier 2 is going to be immense, but this is tier 1. Carpe rounding out their Pacific team. Exciting prospect there. Let's talk Karmine Corp then. Another great announcement video here from these guys where, I mean, yeah, security room. They find the guys playing chess, and yeah, Scream and Navera delivering the goods. To Scream, the captain, Navera rounding out this team with XMS, legendary French player, Shin and Nuzera closing out the team. So great video, great announcement here from the Karmine Corp guys, and this got an awful lot of traction as well. Man, these scenes are popping off lately. The French scene, Karmine Corp as an organization, has been killing it over the last year or so. And yeah, 45,000 likes on this one. Very exciting roster, French-speaking roster. It's good to see, honestly, like a full French-speaking roster, but not a full French team. They've got a couple of Belgian guys in there, Scream, Navera, but yeah, French-speaking team. That's an exciting prospect, I think, for the scene in general, because always some entertainment follows when that is the case. Now, Team Vitality sometimes get French organizations or French players. They've signed these guys. No crazy announcement video here, but pretty cool image they put together nonetheless. So Mulsey, Destrian, Bone Cold, Sender, and Twistin. Some very talented players here, to be honest. Probably a team that's sliding a little bit under the radar, to be honest, in the European sides. So they're not messing around. There was some talk initially that cNed could have gone here, and there were some discussions going on there. Turns out, of course, he's joined Na'Vi with the former FPX guys, and that team's good as well. So, man, yeah, the European region is stacked next season. Same really in all the regions, obviously. But still, Europe has some exciting teams, there is no doubt. And even that's what Sean Gare says here. The former coach of 100 Thieves now doing content over there. These EMEA rosters are absolutely stacked. Seriously, can't wait to watch some of these teams play. Team Liquid and Fnatic especially. I think a lot of people are going to say Team Liquid, Fnatic, they're probably the most exciting teams. But still, it's not like there's not some other good teams over there, and maybe even Na'Vi to a certain extent, because they are FPX, but minus Ardis plus cNed, which is not exactly a downgrade necessarily, depending on where cNed can deliver to. Let's talk NRG then, if it wants to load. Here we go. Confirmation at the other side of that. Ardis joining NRG. I did wonder were they going to announce Som or Ardis first, what were they going to do? Of course, all the guys ready to go for this one, and yeah, officially Ardis comes out, and I mean, yeah, really cool. Couple of highlights they actually deliver for him at the end of this video here, because yeah, this guy was an absolute dominant force on FPX towards the end of the season. Probably a player that people are familiar with, but still maybe not have seen all of his highlights and his history in the game, and just what this guy delivers on a consistent basis. At the end of last season on that chamber, it was Ye, it was Ardis. Those were kind of the two go-to guys. Cryo as well from the North American side, definitely worthy of note. But yeah, this guy was delivering the goods day in, day out, and for a guy to replace Ye with, like, Ardis has got to be one of the top of the list guys. Makes a lot of sense that NRG brought him him in, and a great roster nonetheless that they're rounding out there, probably with Som. Just to mention quickly, if you guys aren't so familiar with Artist, haven't seen so many of his highlights, we put together a video on the Breaking Point Valorant channel. I'll leave link for you guys down below if you guys want to check out basically why NRG signed Artist, a compilation of his best moments here so far to get you excited for what he's going to bring to the North American franchise side, because not that many imports we've seen from other regions really across the board, but Artist is going to be a great one. So excited about that rumor when it initially started, and it's definitely not got less exciting since he's been confirmed there to NRG. The final player, we believe, Som, will come sometime later today. Let's continue talking at North America then with this announcement coming from Evil Geniuses. Everything's happened in the last day or so. They've confirmed kind of a surprising thing, actually. So they confirmed that Potter is their coach, of course, Boostio, Com, Jorgemo, Ethan and BCJ rounding out their team, but Apoth and Reformed are staying as part of what is seemingly going to be a 10-man team. So Apoth, Reformed, we expected to get dropped, which I think they have been, and Ethan and BCJ are coming in. We heard BCJ was linked here, then he was not linked here anymore, then he was linked here again, and it was a bit uncertain whether he was going to go here or go elsewhere. Turns out he is going to EG, so that's really good stuff. Really happy that BCJ's got a spot. Absolutely deserves it. I think he'll be a great part of this team going forwards. Yes, they've kept around some players here, Boostio, Com, Jorgemo, that there'd be some questions raised about. Jorgemo, I think, great call. Boostio, no problem there. Com, I'm kind of 50-50 on. And then Ethan coming through from NRG. Pretty cool stuff. Ethan, it's good to see him get a spot because he kind of, it's been in a difficult spot really the last several months or so after getting the option to join 100 Thieves or could stay on 100 Thieves, right? Decided to leave 100 Thieves because he thought NRG had more potential. Turns out that I was mistaken, really. 100 Thieves were the better team. I think he maybe even said that, yeah, he probably thinks he should have stayed on 100 Thieves if he could go back and make a different decision. But as it turned out, he's on Evil Geniuses anyway. It still gets a spot in the tier 1 side. NRG didn't quite deliver the results with that former roster, but he's back on a team. So good stuff, I thought, for Ethan. And just what I was bringing up here, right? This is what they bring up at the ends. Confirming really a 10-man roster is coming. So these are the 6 guys, right, on their team, plus BCG on the right-hand side. 3 more players still to fill in. So yeah, difficult to say who they're going to bring in to round out their roster here, but I thought it was kind of good to note because I'm not so convinced that those guys on the team are actually the best guys to get, right? Yeah, okay, Jorgemo, Boostio, Com, I don't mind it, but it doesn't really stand out as being like, wow, this is crazy stuff, like a lot of the other teams in North America. And even they got Potter to joke around here saying, yeah, we didn't even know we were in partnerships or whatever. And but yeah, turns out they kind of haven't done a great job, but still could be worse. And they've still got 3 other players they're going to round out their 10-man lineup with, and they're going to determine who they're actually going to use in matches. But for now, it's those 7 guys we mentioned, Miners, Apoth, and Reformed, formerly of the team to our understanding. Great stuff from BCJ, and BCJ seems to certainly believe he's going to be in the starting team. See you in Brazil, he says. So I guess the team will be going anyway, just in case substitutes and stuff are required. But yeah, BCJ coming in here, really good stuff, and we believe he's going to round out that roster. Let's talk Sentinels then. Firstly, their clout performance index keeps going up, man. These guys have the money, they've got the clout right now out of control. What they've done lately, of course, re-signing TenZ was big for them, but yeah, Asu, right, kind of big name streamer, certainly like Apex Legends player, also big streamer that I believe recently left NRG, has now joined Sentinels, right? So he's got this like fresh merch going on. I mean, yeah, this is just cloud performance index, like inflation to a new level, to be honest. Like, these guys are out of control lately, so you got to say fair play to Sentinels on this one. This is a big announcement here, but 100 Thieves actually had their own big announcement just a couple of days ago, signing Timmy to their kind of organization. So iiTzTimmy, also pretty close to Asu that we just saw right here, and a couple of days ago they officially confirmed that he was going to be joining 100 Thieves and High Ground, which is kind of like their keyboard thing that they bought or something along those lines that a couple of days ago. So yeah, Timmy is like iiTzTimmy is now on 100 Thieves, Asu is now on Sentinels, but this is a big one here because iiTzTimmy seemingly wants to compete now in Valorant side, and you can't blame him, right? There's a lot of exciting stuff going on there in the tier 2 scene. There's a lot of exciting teams being built. We saw that ShahZaM and dapr's team potentially, what's happening there yesterday with G2. We've got other teams considering options as well. Now, Shroud said quite a while ago now, I think it was even during Champions or something, or maybe before Champions, that he wants to compete in Valorant going forward. He wanted ideally to compete in tier 1, obviously, but there was probably no spots going to be available, and he said he'd only do that if he could be in LA, where where it's actually based, right, where the matches are held, and they are held in LA. So that was a big tick for Shroud. And then he said that if he is going to compete in tier 2, he'll probably want to build his own roster, which seemingly is what's happening here. So iiTzTimmy and Shroud are a team of 2 going for 3 players, need an IGL, roles undecided, babybay's looking to get involved. So yeah, man, it's all kicking off right now, and Shroud and iiTzTimmy are back in business here. Like, what is going on? But this is crazy stuff. Also, just to show as well, this does seem to be what's happening with this team in Challenger. So this is Zom's team. Zom's, Stewie2K, Brax, Raucus, and Tex. That is the team of 5. They were playing at some other guys right here. If you look in the bottom left, you can see Native Morg, which we believe is, Native Gaming here. And their most recent team is, with Morgan Anderson and Cutler and Screwface and these guys. So yeah, these might have been the guys they were playing, the former Native team, but they're beating them 9-1 in this particular scrim on Icebox defense. Not too much to say about this really, but thought it was interesting to note regardless. Takes on the chamber, delivering as you guys might expect. And just a couple of things to close up with. So confirmed yesterday, this is rumored for quite some time and now confirmed, that 100 Thieves will be competing with their new roster at the Red Bull Homeground Tournament. This in Manchester, UK, not too far from now, about a month or so's time, 9th through the 11th of December. This is going on, and yeah, so they're going to debut their full roster. Pretty exciting actually, because many other teams with their new rosters, we won't see them until Sao Paulo, probably Brazil, in February into March. Like, we probably won't see them play, especially on LAN. Like, they might play some online tourneys between now and then, but this is pretty cool to see the 100 Thieves are committing to this, flying out there, playing this tourney to get some reps on LAN ahead of the new season. So thanks very much indeed for watching the video. Check out this one as well. I'll leave for you guys a link down below on Ardes joining NRG in his best moments. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, take care, and I'll see you next time.